All right, we're live. What's up? What's up? Let's get into it. So can you guys see my screen? Can you guys hear me? Let's make sure you guys can hear me. Again, a couple of people have been having issues, but as long as a couple of you can hear me, I think we're solid. So let's make sure that. Let me know. Just type in chat. It'd be greatly appreciated. We'll kind of run from there. So YouTube, I know you can hear me. I'm talking to Discord right now. I can. Perfect. All right, let's go. Let's shoot. We're not shooting yet, but let's go into UK 100 first. Not looking the best. DAX is definitely favorable. Again, last night we did take UK 100 sells. Price had a different objective, clearly. Again, that's fine. We had good risk. I'm still up on the week a little bit, right around, not necessarily break even, because again, I had the win that we had this week was a lot bigger than this loss, thankfully. But granted, we still took a loss. DAX actually played out. You guys know I was also with the sell bias on DAX, and guys, DAX played out. But again, early entry. I know we entered early on UK 100. I'm fine with that when it's within the 30-second mark and I have a strong bias, like in this case. But ultimately, they're not all going to be winners. So coming into today, again, we're looking like price could possibly facilitate a deeper pullback. Again, we have it bouncing down here, but one thing I don't like is we've manipulated both areas of previous session high or previous session. Therefore, we don't really have a lot of liquidity to target other than just like areas like this that are easily identifiable. But honestly, I may just kind of sit on my hands for UK 100. Yes, buys could take place, but we're reaching all-time highs. And again, price could end up facilitating a deeper pullback. We don't know what price is going to do. And again, that's really where it comes down to having a strong bias or having a bias and then seeing the confirmation. But in this case, I guess I could say I have both sell and buy bias. But in that case, I'm just going to sit on my hands. All right. But with DAX, and this is why I'm willing to sit on my hands with UK 100, is we have a pullback to facilitate, technically, right? Not only that, again, we also have Asia highs sitting up here, also have New York highs and London highs. Yes, I'm not saying price is going to come all the way up there, but there's a lot of liquidity sitting with all these legs. So I think buys could look good on DAX. Again, I need to see that bullish break at London Open. And when it comes to our, again, we'd be at 101. When it comes to break even, it would be at this point. Reason being is if we go to the hourly, if price were to react and continue its overall bearish structure, which I don't think that's the case, because again, if you look at the hourly, the 4-hour, even the daily, I believe we're coming off this area, right? Again, I don't really pay attention too much to supply and demand. What I do pay attention to is that price is overall bullish, and we just finished filling in all this imbalance. That price, again, tends to fill in. So now that we're seeing these bottom wicks, if we get that bullish push, again, I'm green for shooting for buys. Again, we don't need much of a move. We're just looking for price to come up into opposing liquidity, which in this case would be sell side, right? So we're going to see what happens at the break even point. We'll be at break even. And we'll see. I'm trying to end the week with a win. Still a great week. Can't lie. Still a great week. You guys should be up, at least my YouTube, because I didn't trade Monday with you guys on Discord and I called a win. So, and then we took a break even, then another win, and then yesterday we lost. So not the best week. Usually we kind of run it all green, but it's trading. Let's kill it today. Last Friday we cut a 1 and 2, so I'm not saying that's going to be the case, but I could be subject to holding. Again, if price is just absolutely pumping and I can get break even and price is still pumping and I'm able to trail stop as price continues to just come up into all these areas of liquidity and take it. Because again, price is overall bullish. You can just look at price action. You can see that price is bullish, and I do think that price is going to continue to run these highs over here. You can clearly see price broke, had an internal pullback, was still pulling back, finally broke out of it, looked like it was going to break out, but it just liquidated it, which in my case, I see that as still remaining within this bullish leg until price fully breaks it. And again, we then broke this high. So that's telling me price is pretty bullish. Again, we could be subject to a deeper pullback. I doubt that, because even within this leg, again, we've already come into an equilibrium point. We're hitting a nice area of demand. Even if it was just a minor reaction, I think that minor reaction could just lead to our 101, which is, again, at a strong liquidity point. What is this pair? This is Jared 30. This is DAX. What about gold, Luca? You call me Luca? Guys, I'm Luca's big brother. You guys didn't know that? Trust. Let him know. He'll be like, yeah. I swear to you. What about gold? Is this DAX Euro on Meta 5? Yeah, try. It depends on your broker. Like I've seen like JR40 or DER. Look up DER. Sometimes it's that. So how you guys doing? You guys looking at anything right now? I know someone said UJ. Am I in UJ buys? Yusuf, don't be late again. I know, bro. Watch today's. We're gonna catch a W. He's gonna come like too late. He's gonna be fucking mad. Found it. Thanks. Of course, bro. What was I gonna do right now? I was gonna do something. I don't think we have any news affecting us, so that's great. Yeah, we're chilling. But that could be a little bit slower markets, especially with DAX, right? But again, price is bound to move throughout the entirety of London. We would have taken these sales yesterday, which again, I'm fine not taking this because it just broke way too early. But again, overall buys played out. Did on UK 100, and that's why I say price does tend to move similarly, but it doesn't always. So yes, sometimes not. I don't base my trades off of each other, but when it comes to managing my trades, and let's say price is, I mean, obviously moving within the same direction on both pairs, and one's manipulating in a certain area and reacting in a certain way, especially UK 100, I tend to take that into account when it comes to, let's say, if I'm in a trade on DAX or I'm about to get into a trade on DAX, right? Seeing those little signs on UK 100 when they are moving together has saved me from losses and has been able to help me get out a lot sooner and avoid losses, right? XRP. I guess when London market starts, or chase. I guess when London market starts. Are you saying like that's your analysis for XRP, Bison? Or like for this? What's up, Ahmad? Guys, it's endless week strong. I'm ready. We got 7 minutes. Again, anything could happen. I actually like where price is sitting though. So I have nothing wrong with this right now. Stops, they're not bad. I mean, 70 points, but it stacks. I'll just see what price continues to do. Again, with that bullish push too, and with us just, I guess, if you want to say IFEGs, also confirmation if that's what you look for. Nick, I think you pronounce it Ahmad. Is it? Is it Ahmad or Ahmad? Is anyone going to take UK 100? Yeah, I do think price could be good for buys, and price may just be retracing, filling this gap and running higher. It could be, truly. But at that point, like, I don't even think I'd have an entry. I don't. I think it would, and I'm not going to enter off a demand. Like, no. Ahmad. Yeah, cartoony. Who the fuck? Why the fuck are you telling me how to France 40? Hold on. Yeah, there's text. Got you though. What is it called? Because I've never fucking broken that down. Is it this? All right, let's break this down. So higher time frame, we still have a gap sitting here. We're overall bearish. Daily time frame, we're still sitting here with a little gap. I think price could end up pushing and taking that. Lower time frames, we've already taken. The fuck? Does it reopen? Yeah. What the fuck's going on here actually? Where's my Asia session? Why is it all flip-flopped? Am I tweaking? There's no Asia, huh? Fuckers. I don't like that. But I think price could come fill this gap. Sorry, I fucking left my window open. But again, I think price is bound to pull back at some point. You just don't know when, right? I don't really like this shit. I don't like that there is it skips Asia. Fuck that. I'm breaking that down. Guys, I'm not in yet. Again, I wait for London open, so let's see what happens. Again, price could sell here. Give me a second. Fire. Yo, what's up, Nico? DAX sells? Yeah, I'm thinking, no buys. Again, sells do look good, but for me, there's really no area to sell off of. Yes, I could sell and just continue with the overall trend, and price could rush and push my direction, but truly, I think price is at a point where we could see that pullback, and that's what I'm expecting, especially being that we've come down into this area. I think we finally came down and filled this last little gap on the 15-minute. Yeah, we did. So now I think now that all imbalances are filled, from what I can see, I think price should start pushing back up, but it doesn't have to. Again, price could have a different objective. I'm fine sitting on my hands. I've had a great week. You guys should have had a great week. If you guys joined me late, or if you guys weren't here on the winning days, just be consistent tomorrow. Again, we usually run it up. And we usually, we're on a win streak we usually go on a 3-4 win streak before we take a loss. But we'll see. Took a loss yesterday. I'd like to say that's one trade closer to our win streak, which again could start today, and we'll run it up from there. So, but I'm not jumping the gun on anything. I think UK100 is out of the picture. I'd like to see what it does. Really like to see what it does, because again, we've taken both areas of liquidity when it comes to the higher time frame. If we're sitting within this hourly leg, price has already technically facilitated a pullback, and just seeing like this rejection right here, I could assume price could continue with its overall bullish structure, right? But again, price could be subject for a deeper pullback, and you could catch sales potentially, right? But again, I just don't like how far I would have to have stops all the way up here. I'm just really not looking to do that. Really not. The FAR might want to pull back, then keep on falling. Yeah, so when it comes to like these higher time frames that we're playing within right here, my biggest fear is now that we're coming lower, having that pullback into equilibrium. Ultimately, I do think we'll have that deeper pullback, hopefully, especially because we have a lot of liquidity sitting up here. We're overall bullish on the higher time frames. I could kind of infer that if price were to make that bullish push, we should come up at least to that point where we can be at break even. We can look for that last push, either take out or just hold. But if price runs bearish, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. It's as simple. Not tomorrow, fucking next week. It's as simple as that. Let's see though. All right, let's see. I mean, shit, honestly, if UK100 like pulled back into here and then ran up, but even then you have a big ass stop to the downside. Ultimately, price could just run. That could be the case. All right, guys, like 20 seconds. But like I was saying, ultimately price can come down and then it just continues overall bullish structure. Again, we're super fucking bullish. Nothing's saying that price should come down yet. So you can definitely hop in buys if that's something you want to do. Again, this level is not... The fuck, I can't mark shit up. All right, DAX is making a flip, kinda. But it doesn't mean price is just gonna run. Same here with UK100. Let's see what happens. Price could just bottom wick and then just run from there, and you guys can hop in buys if you want. Ultimately, I'd like to see UK100 run up with DAX, but we can't ask for it all, you know? I'm not getting in these guys. I myself am not really looking to enter this. Again, price could end up running. It could, but I'm just not looking to enter on this one. I don't like price. Ultimately, I'll use this data if price does run down and fills in this gap perfectly, and we miss out on this trade, then so be it. But we'll see. Let me know if you guys take UK100. What time is there? What do you mean? Like, what time is it here? It's 12. UK100's seemingly dumping. Same with DAX. Again, sells could be out the picture, guys. I have no problem sitting on my hands here. But ultimately, maybe UK100 was the move. We're seeing that dump. We could see price end up pulling all the way back up here, but maybe not. And again, going forward, whatever happens is data. I'm not in this trade, but I'm still going to use this data. If price were to just flip from here and go back up, then okay, it goes to show that my overall bias of just kind of sitting on my hands was right. But if price does end up coming into this area just to fill this gap, which again, that could be a really big possibility, especially how price looks right now, again, we would be at break even if we would have entered this trade. And then again, we'll kind of study it from there. So, but my biggest thing is I didn't like how both sessions were manipulated, as well as the fact that we've already technically facilitated that that higher time frame pullback. So again, it's just not worth the risk. We had more things against us than with us, or in both cases, it was just kind of a, yeah. But DAX just ran, guys. I didn't catch sells. I didn't take anything. Again, I told you guys I'm fine sitting on my hands. UK 100 definitely seems to be a fucking banger of a trade. I'd be at break even now, and price is just dumping. Wow. Wow. What a beautiful trade. Sadly, did not get in this. Sadly, did not get in this. And FTSE sells, Jack. I'm glad you caught those. Again, they look good, guys. They did. Price just dumped. This was our setup, but granted, DAX looked better. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you end up picking the trade that looks better, and it's end up one that either invalidates itself, loses. We didn't take a loss, so can't be mad, but also didn't end the week with a dub. But I hope you guys still took the analysis and ran with it, because granted, I still said sells look good. In my opinion, sells look better than buys, but buys also look good. We just didn't have a clear enough bias for me to really want to act on it. But again, this is where data comes in. You guys might be annoyed by this shit already, but I just want to use myself as an example when it comes to data. Give me a second. When it comes to data and seeing stuff like this, okay, even though I had a very, very mixed bias as far as not having a super strong bias, which I usually like, either having a very strong area of liquidity or either facilitating a pullback that has not already been facilitated, then, you know, that's what I like. But ultimately, this is playing out, and if it plays out to our exact 1-to-1, again, I'm going to go in data, I'm going to say, okay, price didn't look the best, but ultimately price gave me that sell confirmation. So going into the future, when I have a mixed bias, I need to find out if it's worth it to act on what that one singular candle does, or if it's not worth it. And what I mean by that is I got to figure out, again, just through data. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is how I said it. You just got to figure out if it's worth it. Pros and cons. Ultimately, beautiful trade, but your analysis always bullseye, but then you don't take, man. Cartoony, shut the fuck up. I'm just kidding. That was a little hostile, Cartoony. I'm sorry. I forgot I'm on Discord, guys. Sometimes on live stream, they like rage bait me in chat, and I just want to fucking reach through the screen and just like dog slap them. Because I'm literally making a money on like a consistent basis, and they still want to rage bait me. You know, but it's all love. But again, yeah, guys, analysis was correct. I can't be mad as far as seeing sells, but ultimately, didn't take it. Always this guy. So I'm still gonna call my week a winning week because I was still up a little bit. But granted, I wish I was up more. But next week we'll kill it, guys. Again, one loss this week. You can't be mad at that. Again, if you did take that loss with me yesterday, I told you we're gonna come back. We're gonna have a better day. Granted, I didn't take it. Hopefully you did. Even if you didn't, come back next week because you guys, it's simple. Right? In this case, I really wish Asia lows were unswept because I would have just been all over sells if Asia lows went as far down as here. The reason being is because, again, I know that price would be more subject to selling off to take this liquidity rather than it already being swept. Price is clearly having this bullish reaction. We could have simply just reacted off of this and ran higher. Right? So this is why I say data is so important, is because the next time I see something similar to this, or let's say I go into data and there's something similar to this, I need to see what happens. Is price going to do exactly what it did today? Telling me that, okay, even if there's another situation like this, I still need to act based on the first opening candle. If it's bearish, I'm bearish. If it's bullish, I'm bullish, right? But when it comes to the next trade, and let's say it's a loss, let's say price was in this position, I took the trade, and price just kind of continued its bullish structure, right? That could have happened. And that's where data is going to show. So I really like stressing that on you guys because a lot of, I kid you not, like all the people in my mentorship, as soon as I tell them that, and as soon as they start running with that and just getting data for their system, everything changed. Everything changed. The people that didn't listen to me, they're still having the same results. And the people who did listen to me, again, totally different. I have people in there who have been trading for fucking 8 months and are profitable. I was like, dude, to be in your position, not even a year in, what the fuck? I'd kill to be in that position when I was first starting. But again, ultimately, it is what it is. Needed that W. Nico, I'm glad you caught it. Again, they both look good. Yes, we were playing opposite bias in some way, but granted, price doesn't always have to move the same. Today it did. It did, right? Bro, nice hair. Is it chopped? You're making me fucking think twice about my hair. Hold on. I was at the gym, bruh. You guys are going to see my receding hairline. I've already accepted the fact. Let's talk about it. Right, random talk. I've already accepted the fact that I will be bald by most likely late 30s, 40s. Crazy. But that's why I'm getting shredded, because I might as well be bald and sexy than bald and fat as fuck. So that was off topic, but it just, yeah. Just want to talk about that. You guys can probably see my receding hairline. Not as bad as Brez Scales, but fuck. My shit. I'm not pushing this hair back. Someone's going to screenshot it. It's going to be over. Again, Discord, you guys can't see me, but I am on YouTube Live, so they can all see me right now. And that's why they're fucking clowning like always. Even though I do this shit, Maiden wins, made 2,300. I love that, bro. Love that. Again, I'm here trading for me. I don't have to enter everything. This is why, and YouTube knows this, right? If you guys, a lot of been here before. My bad. Screenshot of shit. But what's it called? Fuck, what do I want to say? Coming here with your own plan, your own system. Why? Because even when I don't execute based off my system, again, it's my system, based off my personality, based off my lifestyle. I don't want that to cause you to think twice on your own system, because that's your own system based on your own personality and based on your own lifestyle. No matter what you fucking say, no one has the same system. Everybody's different, and personality really makes a difference when it comes to everyone's system. It does. Truly. Again, that's why with my mentorship, like, I don't care about a system. I just care that you have a system. When people come to my mentorship, I'm like, I'm not stressing them. You have to trade this. I will show them how I trade. I will give them a winning system. But granted, their personality, their lifestyle is going to alter that and could change it. But what it's really about is having a system to get data off of, and then refining, perfecting. Obviously, nothing's going to be perfect. It's trading. You're going to take losses, but it's math. If you understand risk, if you understand percentages, I'm telling you, you should be profitable. You should be. Like I tell people all the time, like, someone could lose for the first 6 months out of the year, which should be unrealistic as fuck. If you lose for the first 6 months, it's something with your system or psychology. But granted, if you had the right risk, you could still come back and still end the year profitable. You could. You could have more losing days than winning days and still be profitable. That's what's crazy about trading. When I found out about that, like, just the fact that the reality is you could lose more than you win but still make money. Like come on, think about that. Like, what the fuck? Like, so again, like, be fine losing. Again, it's fine. It's part of the system. As long as you have a system. If you're just fucking losing because you're trading and bullshitting yourself, I'm sorry, you're not going to see any results. You may slowly get experience, but until you have an actual systematic plan that you can execute on a daily basis, or again, you may intraday swing trade, but something that you can consistently see in the markets, that's when, like, shit actually starts happening. That's when you actually start getting good data. That's when you start being able to refine, look at things again. When it comes to stuff like this, when it comes to now, I'm still studying. I'm still getting data. I take a loss, I'm studying that loss. I take a win, I'm studying that win. I don't take a trade, but it was still valid. I'm studying that. Why? Because there's going to be data in it that could alter my system in the future. If it's not negatively, it could be positively, but granted, data is going to show that. So I'm going to stress out on you every single day until you guys literally have to DM Luca to tell Nicks to stop talking about some fucking bullshit ass system. But granted, it's only going to help you guys, right? So I'm just going to continue to give you, just use myself as an example on the data I track. Why? Because you guys should kind of use that as a little reference point. Price might reverse from here on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think price could definitely reverse again. If we look at the higher time frames, we're still playing within this hourly leg. That is my biggest fear. And granted, price could now start to facilitate this overall higher time frame pullback because, and I talk about this in my mentorship a lot, and this is a big thing, making sure you don't get caught in a smaller time frame leg. Because we could have came up to the daily and been like, okay, we're expecting the daily pullback. I'm going to hold all the way down. But you don't go down to the hourly, and you guys don't realize that we're still playing within this bullish leg here. Nothing else. So technically, price could still respect this and run higher. And guess what? You're holding into fucking nothing. You're going to lose, right? Because you're not understanding multi-time frame analysis, right? You don't want to get caught in a small time frame leg. That's why I marked up this leg instead of the daily leg, right? Because I know price is more likely going to play within the smaller time frame leg. If it does end up breaking out, okay, great. Now we're starting to facilitate the higher time frame pullback. Now we can start executing based off the analysis that we now have, right? But price is dumping. I mean, fuck, you know, like I might have to take it out on Cartoony, one of my YouTube viewers, because he's been rage baiting me all day, and this shit, please show hairline. Fuck yourself. How was fasting, Nick? Dude, honestly, it was nice, bro. I went for 72-hour fast. I haven't fasted that long. I haven't. I did like 2 days, like 2.5. I never did full 72 hours, but it was really, really nice. Really nice. Everyone goes to Turkey to plant new hairs. Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to make that trip at some point. I'm just being honest. At least I'm not fucking sitting here capping talking about I have the greatest hairline ever. You're not seeing it, but it's not good. It's not that bad, but it's not good. Took the short in DAX. Hell yeah, I'm glad you took that. FR40 closed the gap between maybe the triggers a bounce, possibly. Hey Nick, Hari, what's up, Harta? Nico, let's go. How's everyone else doing today? We're doing good, bro. How are you? You tell us. I lost 3 trades and 1-2 this week. It happens. See you next week. Chew, what happens? Again, we came off. I'm pretty sure I remember you telling me you came off a crazy winning streak. And again, it happens. You're going to take losses. But granted, figure out if you still ended the week negative. I would only assume that if you're trading 1-on-1. Okay, figure out where you belong. Study, get data, come into next week, refreshed, ready to execute on your system. Why? Because you know your system works. Therefore, in the long run, you should be profitable at the end of the month, even if you take took 3 losses this week, right? I can lose the entire fucking first 3 weeks of the month and still end the month profitable. That's trading in a nutshell, okay? So you're good, bro. I'll see you back next week. Can't wait. Guys, I'm here. I'm going to be here until the rest of the year, into the next year. Honestly, I don't even want to think that far ahead. At that point, I'm probably on a fucking yacht in Monaco. Nah, it's me bullshitting. Most likely, though. All good, bro. Woke up late today. Missed out. Dude, what's his name? Someone literally called it. He didn't show up in the Discord. Crazy. Guys, now that we're kind of sitting here, I really have nothing else to do. I mean, I'm actually going somewhere tomorrow with Luca. You guys want to guess where we're going? Did Luca tell you guys? I don't think he did. If he did, fuck. Big bro and little bro road trip. That's what I'm gonna title the vlog. Big bro takes low bro. Hashtag Luca to Arizona. Damn. I meant Arkansas. I lucky slipped up there. I didn't even realize. Arkansas. Sorry, Arkansas. I respect your discipline for not trading today. Most people don't know how hard it is. You got to understand, bro, is like, I don't want to say once you get to a certain point, but once you have a certain level of confidence within your own system, I'm fine sitting on my hands. I've had a great week, and granted, I didn't make no $5,000 this week, but I still made some money this week, and that's all I care about. I mean, even if it was a break-even week, even if it was a losing week, I know I have the confidence to come back next week, execute on the same system that we've been doing for the last couple months, and I'm going to make money. Granted, and that's not me being cocky or egotistical. All of you should be thinking like this. That every single one of you should be thinking with that mindset, or at least have that confidence. If you can't find that confidence, back test, go back into wins, go back into data. Again, find that confidence through seeing that your system works, and then come into the markets ready to execute. And I tell you guys all the time, like, yes, in this case, I sat on my hands. Price didn't give me what I wanted as far as what we saw before entry. We manipulated both sides. Price had already technically facilitated a pullback, meaning price is now subject to pushing higher. And being that we're in an overall bullish trend, it wasn't really worth it. Okay. But again, that's trading. It happens. But I know at the end of the day, I'll come back next week, continue to follow my, because guys, I can literally fucking scroll. Oh my God. Like literally, it's the same fucking system every single day. And all we're looking for is we're looking and understanding, okay, where's previous session highs and lows? Where do we have major liquidity points? Again, it's not always going to come down to Asia highs or lows or previous session highs or lows. We can come down to other liquidity points. This is a strong area of liquidity. You can see price had a pullback and that low causes push, right? Price came down. What did it do? Swept it. Caught a W there. Here, pretty sure want to break even, but look, ran. Where'd it go to? Tokyo highs. Price was already manipulated. Well, this was still liquidity. This was liquidity. Not only that, we were sitting within a bearish leg. So if we're sitting within this bearish leg, you can assume that price is what? Going to facilitate a pullback. And that's exactly what we did. Okay. It is the same thing every single day, guys. All right. So with that being said, I think we're done here. Let's come into next week. Let's run up a win streak. Beautiful trade today. I didn't take it. I'm going to be straightforward with you guys. I'm not going to bullshit you and say I did, because again, why would I? So you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys joining. Be consistent. I'm going to tell you guys this every single day. Be consistent, because you guys don't know when I'm going to just absolutely just hop on a win streak. And again, it happens a lot, but you don't want to just join here and there. You could join on the losing days. And granted, that's only going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt me. I don't care, but you should care, because ultimately your own success, your success in trading really depends on yourself. So I'm out here. You guys are awesome. Like seriously, join up every single day. Keep doing this. Take advantage of this free shit. I drop shit that I give to my people in my mentorship. And this is all free. This is why we do it. We love you guys. You're awesome. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Later, chat. All right. I'm still on YouTube. Fuck cartooning. That's how I feel. As soon as I ended that shit, I felt hostile. Oh my gosh. I just felt like a new man. Little crash out moment there. Like, it's relieved a lot of stress there. Right? Relieved a lot of stress. Can I get a Nico? Can I get a fuck cartooning in chat? Don't forget to go on live today. Yeah, guys, honestly, that could have been so bad. That could have been NiicksFX canceled for... Nah, I would never get canceled. I'm out of here, guys. You guys are amazing. I hope you caught this beautiful trade. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next week.